How's it going, guys? Voila. Alright. How's it going, guys? That's probably too loud. Um, that's some activate your DNA full potential. DNA's full potential. DNA healing power on YouTube. Have some music playing for this special reading, I guess. But how's it going, guys? I'm your host, Demont. And today we're doing a Black Moon spread energy reading. So today is August 9th. It is now 9:52, almost 10 o'clock, and we are officially out of Leo's gate. Well, we're still in the Leo's portal, but it was the 8/8 portal yesterday, along with the new moon in Leo, I believe. Or was it Aquarius? It's one of those new moons. But we're still in that new moon energy, and I wanted to do an actual spread in that energy. Now, I pulled these cards a couple days ago to try to do it on the new moon, or yesterday in that Leo's gate, but my energy has just been like going through it these past few days. But these cards that I've picked out here that are presented to you, I've actually haven't looked at for the most part, other than what you see, like spread it here. But I guess we could kind of talk about what I've been feeling, right? Because, well, I guess with the last new moon or last full moon, things have been going, but not in the way that I expected them to. I mean, the fact that I'm still in this spot, I'm grateful for. However, I got less than 30 days now to get it together, I guess, with their program, or else I'm going to be in the streets, I guess. I'm not really sure about that. However, I'm still preparing myself, working on my soul's purpose. I think that's another reason why I felt like it was necessary to do this spread, especially with this South Node card here. I think the last rant I did, hopefully that's uploaded already. I think it mentioned something about the South Node, but then after I finished that reading, I pulled some cards out, and I think that from the Black Moon astrology, that South Node came in again, but I didn't post that video though, or I didn't do a video on that. I just did the cards. And because of that, I don't know, I really wasn't feeling it to try to put that out there. But I will say somebody's definitely working in their South Node for a very long time now. I think that's another reason why my energy has been all out of whack lately. But the cards, right, I want to pull from the Soul's Truth. It says, when was the last time I couldn't stop laughing or smiling, right? With that, I feel like because somebody has been working in their South Node, they've been taking things way too serious. If you are working in your South Node, that's karma anyway. That's supposed to be your past life karma, and we're supposed to be kind of getting out of that, So it's just like, working in your South Node, I think realizing that it's just like, I think it's time to kind of sit back and reevaluate some things. Also, that's what that air dragon is there for. It says, go back to a moment when you laughed so hard you almost peed your pants, or did. Feel the laughter grow in your body, your cheeks hurting and eyes watering. Maybe there was even a snort or two. Laughter is healing. It reminds us to take life less seriously and find the joy in the littlest things. Note to self, laugh more often. Today's soul action, make somebody laugh today. Right? working in that South Node, you've been too serious about something. Somebody's been too adamant on the wrong things. And that's why this air dragon is here, right? It says, helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly, brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. Exactly. This air dragon here is truly trying to tell you to get out of that south node, and it's time to go into the north node, right? At the bottom of that astrology deck, we have at the Black Moon astrology deck, we have Virgo here, right? There you go, Virgo. Shout outs. But you don't have to necessarily be a Virgo, but you may have that in your chart. But this being at the bottom of the chart, with their mantra or their motto is I analyze, reflect, going back. That gives me the Hermit card, right? Major arcana in tarot, and then also that's number 18, which you break it down into a 9, right? Which is 9 in tarot for the Hermit. But that's literally going within, doing some soul searching, analyzing everything that you've been going through. Karma or the Wheel of Fortune isn't here, but where has your karma been? With this karma card head, you've been in your self node. That's why things haven't been going the way they have been going for whoever needs to hear this, or whoever is cross watching for an individual, right? With this black moon astrology, with this black moon spread, right, there's a specific reason for this. Because again, the black moon in general is Lilith, right? And Lilith is hold on. Here I go, unprepared as usual. But she is mysteries, right? So with the spread, it's all about the unknown, diving deeper into what we don't know, right? It's more almost like facing your fears type of situation, right? At least with this spread, at least how I'm looking at it. But I'm going to read to you, what the spread is, but it's probably going to be like the last time I do this because I've already done this spread before. But it says, this spread is designed to help you better understand an issue or challenge you are currently facing and reveal some possible solutions and ways forward. Shuffle the deck as you ask your question and think of the issues you're seeking clarity on. Then place 5 cards in the position as shown in the diagram below. After you have interpreted all the cards, apply their meanings and come up with a final conclusion. If you are looking for further clarifications, pull another card in order to sum up the basic themes of your reading. Alright? So with the first position, it says, the root of your question or issue. This may contain some of the past influences not completely phased out, some residual energy of this that still lingers, right? Second is the current surrounding influences. This shows pretty much what you can already see and what is obvious in any event. This card sums up the energy of the present. Third position, what you are not able to see at the current time because you have blinders on, perhaps. What is being hidden, withheld, or just overlooked. This is the surprise part of the reading. Surprise! Fourth position, what to do now. How you address this issue, how you manifest or overcome it, where your strengths are. This card should tell you. And then the fifth position is likely outcome. Based upon current circumstances, it is important to keep this in mind so it is possible to change it should it not be the outcome you want. So this is a hypothetical what if, not finite, and I like that because in all these readings, right? Any reading that you watch, honestly, is always supposed to be like this. Whatever end result that they give you in a reading, that's how you're supposed to take it. And then if that person or whatever or situation presents itself, that's when you have the ability to use your free will to change that outcome. So be it, right? But I also wanted to go into pulled out the from the Anubis Oracle is right timing and direction. It says Sothis, Khonsu, and Anmun Ra. And then with my Isis card, it says Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven, the divine empress of the skies, acknowledges your feminine authority now. As a man or a woman, you have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. Right? So again, it's all about that south node and right timing and direction. I think it's just about divine timing now, about that person, or whoever is watching this video, right? Whoever you're cross watching for. I think it's all about timing for them, right? I think it was divine timing that they needed to work in their south node for this long, and then kind of transform into the north node. I'm pulling out the book, the Anubis book, because I want to read into that. It is number, that's like 4, but it's like the Roman numeral. No, it's 6. Yeah, right timing. The shining star, Sothis, generally, it's like commercial, kind of got me off. It says, generously pours her gifts upon our planet as Honsu, maybe that's how it is. The moon god travels the sky, reflecting for us the faces and phases of our divinity. See, reflecting, right? Showing us who we truly are. And Amun Ra, the radiance of the sun, all-seeing eye, transfigures ourselves and creatures into the alchemical gold of enlightened beings. There we go. Exactly. You have the Queen of Heaven, and you have Amun Ra, right, who is God essentially, aka God, coming in and with the air dragon too at that, because I still look at air as as communication from the heavens, coming in to like rescue whoever this individual is, right? Or at least is like it's guiding them, right? Also, I have the Japanese herbs and the Japanese guides and herbs, and this one is, I can't really pronounce their names right, but it's Amer Rasu Omikami, and then the herb is Angelica Kaiski, and with that is nurture, compassion, resurrection, light, integration, and tolerance. Look at that. So maybe those are some things that need to be focused on. With that resurrection there and the right timing and direction. But let's go back into this. If you have chosen this card, focus upon the images of the star, the sun, and the moon. Notice how the combined energies of these in Turu infuse your daily life experience with their potent gifts and powers. With their attributes brought to the fore of your consciousness, you will see clearly how, when, and where you, as Anubis, are moving forward appropriately in your personal world, and how your actions reflect on our planet. So this is definitely molding somebody into their light. It's really getting somebody to step into their light, to recognize who they truly are. That's funny, because I was literally like thinking about that for somebody. Also at the bottom of that deck of the Anubis Oracle is alchemy, and I can read that for you as well, because that's also important, and that's the last card of the deck. But it's the 5 sacred elements. So that's literally, like, to me, the world. So with right timing and direction and alchemy at hand, that's literally like that, and the Queen of Heaven. That's literally like the gods recreating somebody's, like really awakening somebody. And I'm gonna get into that ruby, this ruby zoe zoisite in a second. But it's the healing. It's a healing stone or healing crystal. That's the chakra it's supposed to use in the universe. So properties, I guess. I'm all over the place, but it says the spiraling cosmic alchemical cauldron of Akasha expresses the sacred archetypes of water, earth, fire, and air in an elemental dance of creativity, death, rebirth, and illumination. Look at that. Resurrection, death, and rebirth. And then the illumination is the moon, too. Um, the embodied shamanic mysteries on our planet. It is Akasha, spirit itself, that represents the fifth element. If you have pulled this card, you have the tools you need to create your reality. Interact with these ancient Neteru to see how they are assisting you to accomplish your goals and manifestations in accordance with your divine purpose. These most ancient of Neteru have come together to help you become the master alchemist that you are. So that's also them coming together to help you stand into your power. At the bottom of these decks, I have the Seven of Wands, right? From the Crystal Moon, or the Moon Crystal Tarot. And that is it's either being defensive or needing to stand up for yourself, as you can see here, right? Three of Wands usually speaks of waiting, or your ship's coming in. Or maybe somebody is being defensive from holding you. But then it's the Ace of Coins. Oh, so they're waiting because I got the Ace of Coins there. So somebody's holding back, but they're waiting. But the Ace of Coins here means that there's an offer here. Page of Cups, right? You see he's in the water. He's got a fish around him, but he seems like he's determined to offer it to somebody else, right? There's plenty of fish in the sea, but he got his cup up to give to somebody else. Two of Wands is that control. But then it's also is the world, you got the world at your hands. So it's like about taking action. You have the power to change your world. Right? And then you have Divine Sisterhood at the bottom of the Isis deck. And it says, letting the divine feminine nourish you now into new relationships, collaborations, community, and friendships is very wise. There are many souls with whom you have spiritual contracts decided upon before you were born who wish to help you. And whom you can help too as you grow together in peace and light and wisdom. Okay. So this spread may be talking to me as well. Shit. Hey, I claim that, right? Hold up. Because we don't know what's to come, right? I mean, we can always change it though, but still, And at the bottom of the dragon deck, right, we have Solar Lunar Dragon. Bathes you in divine feminine light. Come into balance and practice peace, harmony, and cooperation. Expand your casual chakra. See, they got like so many names for them that I don't even know which ones is which of the positions. Okay, I was about to say, I know this can't be too far, and then we're going to get into the cards. At the bottom of this deck is the Kunzite. I'm not going to read that, but that's the crown. And that is number 11. Number 11, Ruby Zoisite. initiates negative energy to change positively and help you execute the plans you made. It boosts vitality, self esteem, and self confidence so that one can explore his/her territory without being swayed by others. It turns your powerless and depressed feelings to activate energy, making your expression of emotion freer. It sustains the fundamental liveliness of an individual. Corresponding chakra, the second chakra, orange, energy, and improves the vitality and liveliness of the human body, giving positive energy to help achieve realistic results. That's probably why I've been feeling the way I've been feeling because whoever I'm connecting to needs this stone. Um, Application in life. It is good to have it around as a necklace or bracelet, making it have direct contact with skin. Wear it for a long period of time as the effects appear slowly. How about that? These commercials. How am I supposed to be tapping into my DNA if you keep cutting me off with the ads, right? um, but yeah, when was the last time you laughed? Or you couldn't stop laughing or smiling? That's another thing too. Like think back to it that time and who were you with when that situation happened? You know, is that person still around? Are you able to go back and appreciate them for that moment? You know, even for a second. Like it's not even like a reminiscing type of trying to go back and rekindle something. I mean, if the person that if they don't want to move on, if they don't want to reconcile, they don't want to reconcile. But the fact of the matter is, I guess I'm talking to somebody who's ever watching this, right? But take it for what it resonates, right? But you shouldn't jump to that conclusion. Actions speak louder than words, and don't always get too caught up on thoughts about another person that you're not really communicating with, because you don't know until you communicate with them, right? Air dragon, right? They're in there, but you know, it's also, and then again, whoever is watching this, maybe even the cross watcher too. Maybe you've been so serious in this connection or in a situation that you were dealing with whoever you're watching this video for. And I could say the same. Who I've been recently in contact with one of my soulmates, right? And he's not really in the best predicament. And it's really hard for me to try to keep it cordial and casual because of the circumstance. But I'm just like, well, if he's content with where he's at, then it's just like, I guess I have to just like take it for what it is and not overstep boundaries and try to make them. I can't force them to make them change their mind about the decision that they put themselves in. That's all I'm getting at. It's just like, you chose to be there. I'm not mad at you. It hurts that you chose to be there than here, but shit, maybe everything happens for a reason. But who knows, right? If that person is my soulmate, or was they my karmic this entire time? But with that South Node there, that could be the thing. But I guess going into the first pile, right? It says the root of your question or issue. This contains some of the past influence not completely phased out. Some residual energies of this still lingers. So I didn't have any questions in mind. I just pulled the cards based on, and then whatever the energy was at the time of me presenting this video. I feel like this is a little off. I hate, I like a little, fuck it. There we go. Also, I have my clarifying tokens. I like to call them charms for some reason. And I have runes. I may pull a rune, but then I'm not sure. Also, too, just a little background. Because this was a new moon, I've been manifesting. right? Or at least thinking about manifesting. I didn't really, I mean, I done an offering. I done a couple offerings. I do some things at the river, where I usually do. Uh, Usually I would give my offerings to Oshun, but because I'm trying to step away from that, because I feel like that's still kind of worshiping to specific deities. I want to at least have the offerings as the for the to the collective of gods and deities and guardians, ancestors that watch and protect over us. But mainly for Gaia, though, I still look at Gaia as the feminine source of everything, opposite of God. There is a masculine and there's a feminine energy, always and forever, right? There's no doubt about that. With that source, though, it's, you know, not everything needs to be explained to the 3D. Um, but I've just been so focused on manifesting. I mean, usually I've been trying to focus on the connection of my, you know, unions, my divine unions, because my partnerships or whatever. Because I know I'm not in a twin flame journey because I affiliate with the same sex, you know, but but with this manifestation, I've taken a different approach. I've focused this manifestation on something more specific and to myself. But still, hopefully, no, ain't no hopefully, when it happens, it's still to help the collective in general. But, and I still, at least, I have my intention set during this full moon, but now I'm just going to keep preparing and adding to that intentions all the way up until the end of Leo's Gate, and then that's probably what I'll make like a big type of offering, to God for everything. But that's all I want to get into. Just make sure that you keep your intentions high, pure. You're making sure that you're working in your North Node. Whoever this is, make sure that you do some research too on your North Node. Whenever that South Node comes, I just feel like people don't know what they really are destined here for. And I think also if you're working in your South Node and you're sort of kind of awake, that's bad. You're at that point of like you losing your life essentially, because again the way that soulmate is set up right now, he's just not in the best predicament, and I'm trying to do the best that I can not to be around to engage him to wanna exploit himself to that stuff even more. So now I'm trying to figure out how to just put my focus energy on myself, so therefore whatever I'm doing can inspire him to get himself going. You know, I have to learn how to love myself enough that maybe they can love themselves enough to want to do it for themselves. Because essentially that's what I've been trying to get at for him for a very long time. What is it that you want? What is it that you desire? You're telling me all these things because these are things that sound nice. But like, if you know damn well you don't mean these things, don't even say them. Because I already know that it's bullshit. So who is you really trying to play here? You're only playing yourself. Keep that in mind. But on to the first, right? Should I move these? Yeah, maybe I should move these. Move these to the side. Um, Give it some space, right? So the first card we have here. Let's put that over here. Dun dun dun. Oh wow! Look at that. Black Moon Lilith, a mystery. The number 12 breaking down to a 3. So again, it's the unknown. What are we trying to find out? But it's just like past influence, not completely phased out, some residual energies of this that still lingers. So there's still some mysteries that you're wanting to know. Of course, We're doing the Black Moon spread to find out how convenient is that, right? Cardi B, Queen of Swords. Yes, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is well, the swords is all about communication. Being the queen, she already knows what to say and how to say it. Also, she doesn't allow people to say anything sideways to her. You know, that's why her sword is up. I like this. The sword is up, but her hand is up as well. But it's like the sword is up, but her arm is rested though. So it's not like she's like very aggressive with it. You know, it's up like, but she's like, her other hand is up like, you know, come, speak, talk. But her other, you know, but the sword is in her hand like, you know, watch what you say. So, Two of Cups. Here's that connection. Communicating clear about the connection. You're still in limbo about a connection. There's still some mystery about something. Also, I have two people that I'm connecting to, right? And I'm always just been back and forth between the two. Well, is one of my soulmates? Is the other one my soulmate? Are they both my soulmates? Like, what is going on? Like, is one of them karmic, or just one of them is just, you know, down? You know, we all got our moments in life, so it's just like I'm just like, I don't know how to even pinpoint and you know, it's just like, exactly, it's the mystery about behind the connection. All right, so we might be getting somewhere. Maybe I should just Three of Cups. Here we go. It's a celebration now. Um, it says Mercury in Cancer. Three of Cups. See, I pulled this card out, but I should have did more research on it. I mean, I do have the deck here with that ace of coins, right? Three of Cups, wanting to celebrate that offer. Oh, defensive, right? That's why you've been so defensive, right? Because you don't know about the connection between somebody. That's why that Three of Wands is there. You've been waiting. Page of Cups, or Prince of Cups. Yeah, page, because the princes and the emperor deck, because it's the manga deck. The reason why I call it the emperor deck, because this is the emperor. But in the manga deck, the princes are the pages, while the princesses are the knights. I think all the princesses ride some type of animal. So yeah, because the Princess of Cups, she be on a dragon. How about that? What's underneath? That's the devil. Right? Yep, the devil's behind that Page of Cups. Addictions, exactly. That they both could be having some type of addiction now. Two of Cups and the Two of Wands here. That's funny. Because also the Two of Cups is a soulmate connection. Did I do that on purpose, or was that shit? Because the Justice is in reverse. That's what I'm saying. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, well, yeah, right. Justice in reverse, because also, if you see here, you see how this man is like firmly planted. When he's like very positioned. It's like it's water everywhere. It's slippery, but the way he's positioned though is like he's got a good grip. Mind you, blindfolded, but his intuition is on point though. It's on a beam, like he's able to protect himself through anything. But if it's in reverse, Your intuition is off about something. Three of Cups. Oh, but see, it's that offering, right? I was just telling you about how I did offerings and stuff. But maybe, all right, offering to the unknown as well, which will produce this Ten of Cups. I mean, Ten of Pentacles. Wow. But again, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. But Pentacles is the actual physical, the material, which you can actually grab onto. As you can see, he's got his hand on a dog. The kids is playing with the dog and got his hand on the feminine, right? But this is the family. So your soul tribe, right? Two of Cups is the soul connection, but the Ten of Pentacles is the family. I know, right? You've been, not you, but well, when I say that, I'm talking to myself. So if I actually start speaking to you, I'm talking to myself, because I know that I've been trying to find a soul tribe, and that's what I've kind of been in the dark about. That's what, like, my main question is. It's like, how do I speak clearly? How do I communicate clearly about my connection with people, so therefore I can be celebrated to someone who's actually connected in their intuition, to know that there's a tribe that needs to be built, right? Needing to build a soul tribe family. That's what I've been looking for. That's another reason why I've been kind of on a standstill of, I guess, getting the information that they needed me to do here. Now, mind you, when I first got here, I was adamant and I was on it. But then, people don't want to do their jobs. So it's just like you kind of get discouraged. So then you kind of move to what moves to you, and you just go with the flow of things. And eventually, if it comes back around that it's an obligation, if I come into the flow that it's something that needs to be done, it will get done. But until then, we got to do what we got to do. Number 2 is the current surrounding influences. All right, so this was the root influence issues may contain some past influences not completely phased out, some residual energies that still linger. Right, of course, this is always going to linger, at least until you can come into union with somebody, right? To at least start the soul tribe. Another thing too is just like the masculines, because they're masculine, or the Aquarius and the Leo that I'm connected to, right? It's just like everybody's path is different. So it's just like I've talked about my feelings for that Aquarius, but then I've also talked about how the lack of connection or interaction that I have with him, that always gets me to make me want to walk away, essentially, or give up. But it's just more so just like my ego that needs to die, and I just need to give it some time, right? Because everything is all about the right timing and direction. Everything is about timing and direction. So it's just like I can't take that too seriously. I think that's another reason why when was the last time I couldn't stop laughing or smiling? It's just like whenever I come around him, I'm always so serious. Even when he tries to be, I'm just like Queen of Swords, exactly. Ready to cut shit. And it's not like I give off that well, that's the energy I give off, and he feels that, and it, like, that's why, like, he be so quick. King of Swords, he comes in, he comes out, very flighty, or at least a Knight of Swords, very flighty. But that Leo though, he when he comes in though, he stays around for a minute. That Page of Cups, and when he comes around, this time though, he didn't come around. He stayed away. I actually found him, so I kind of produced this karma. If he's supposed to be my karmic, right? If I'm supposed to stay away from him, if he's the one that's kind of keeping me held back from things, it's like, I gotta get away from that. Mercury. Current situation, current surrounding influences. This shows pretty much what you can already see and what is obvious. In any event, this card sums up the energy of the present mind. So we've been in our minds too much. Oh, but look at that. Isn't that some Egyptian god right there? Something dating back to Egyptian times. I could go into the cards, but I could get into the book, but that would just make this longer than what it needs to be, and I think I've already talked enough. Excuse me. Mercury. Mind. And then as you see here, we still got Virgo here. Analyze. I analyze. Right? Now we've been analyzing the mind too much. We've been way too much in our mind about a lot of things instead of really taking action. However, though, I think this time around is because of our past events about taking action and how our actions led us to no avail. We tend to get into our mind a lot before we take that action now. That's why that Virgo's at the bottom now. Analyze. We make sure we analyze everything. Every time we're in a situation, we be so exact. We're too into our minds that we're not allowing ourselves to tap into our hearts. I haven't even pulled these cards or the rest of these cards out yet, but I feel like that's that's what's going to be leading into. I got candles out. Candles. I got a candle out. I got an orange candle. Usually, I burn a white candle, but this orange candle I felt like was necessary. I also have an orange scarf somewhere that's supposed to. Orange is very symbolic of a god. I want to say. Oh no, Oshun is yellow. I think she likes yellow and gold, I believe, but. Orange to me, of course, the sun, Ra. Oh, did I show you the scarf and then the orange candle as well? But yeah, I just feel like that color is necessary. I mean, for enlightenment, we're needing to gain clarity. We're too in our minds that we're not really focused. Intuition. I know it's the Justice card, but again, I'm getting. This is Libra. This is Libra, air sign. Still, I mean, it's still communication in some way, some type of clarity, right? Something's not being attuned to you because you're too into your mind. But. It's things that we kind of already know, right? So let's move on. 5 of Pentacles. Look at that. 9 of Cups. Oh, wow. Ooh. So this is being... I am being read right now. Exposed. This is not even the surprise. This is the surprise. Wow, but... surprise for me. Wait, where did I put those cards at? Wow. Because I had a room. I had pulled separate cards out for me. It was the oracles. I had a different Anubis deck. I pulled out a card for Anubis. I pulled out a dragon card and then I think I pulled out some tarot too, but this was the rune I pulled out for myself. A part of my what I'm trying to manifest, right? Oh, I think I put it in this book. I believe it's in the textbook. Um, Five of Pentacles is being left out in the cold, and Nine of Cups is kind of holding back your emotions on something, or being content with where you or being content with how you feel about something, right? You seem to be okay with being left out in the cold. But see, with that baby there, or maybe, because I got this is right, two different people. So somebody's feeling left out in the cold, right? While somebody is kind of holding off their emotions. But again, right, this also still could be one individual, right? Being left out in the cold, but being okay with that though. Being content with being out in the cold. Well, not really out in the cold, but just being left out of something. Somebody feels okay with that. Or somebody could be, right? Not feeling like they're okay, right? They're in their mind that they think they're okay about this situation. But this is what apparently we know this. Somebody knows this already, right? Knight of Swords, being flighty, that in and out. But it's the action card. That's what they're in their minds about. Do they want to be? Do they want to be out in the cold, or do they want to be to themselves? But I don't know. It seems like or maybe this is a situation, right? These are two people. Like, this is a family right here. And somebody's feeling like Nine of Cups to themselves. Selfish, right? Emotions. They are content with their own emotions. They're fine with, with what they got. They're over here living their best life essentially. Well, this one over here is feeling left out from this Nine of Cups with whatever they got. I mean, clearly he has a baby in his hand, but that baby just could be an idea or just things that they have, that they cherish and pressure, that they treasure. And they're out in the cold by themselves trying to raise that child. But that Knight of Swords here, it's like somebody needs to take some action quick, right? Because somebody's in their mind about it. Queen of Pentacles. It usually speaks of a grandmother, but that is someone of maturity. Oh wow, you still have Mercury, and then you got Virgo here as well, water and earth. But maturity, also somebody who's very stable. She's very, very giving. If you think about grandmothers, right? You think about your grandparents. They're always, my baby this, and give you this, and if your parents don't feed you, it's a problem, right? Then they're gonna call your parents up like, why you didn't feed my child before you got over here, this, that, and the third. It's that kind of energy, especially with that Knight of Swords. So it could be somebody's grandma. That's got them in their mind about something. About a decision. Is this the last card? No, it's the next card. Three of Cups. Again, how that corresponds. But Three of Cups is a celebration, but for me, this is my entertainment card. And in per deck, this is, in the manga deck, to me, this is my entertainment card. Only because you have three guys here with fans, right? And then it just makes me think of like Japanese plays where the guys would dress up. It would be no difference from the Shakespearean plays where, men would have to dress up as women to for certain roles, but the show must go on. But I just feel like, right, but these three guys, right, three people that being entertained or trying to entertain you, right? Something of that matter. So you could be in your mind, right? Somebody's in their mind about either feeling left out in the cold and somebody being selfish, but in actuality, somebody is really focused on their bag, but they're needing to make a decision. But they've been so flighty because they've been entertaining probably three people. But you knew that already, right? That's why you held back. Last card, right, is... What the fuck? I'm done. King of Wands. Ain't that some shit? So yes, we already know who this is. This is second position. Yeah, so there's a King of Wands out here who's entertaining some people and he needs to make a decision. That's why he's been so flighty. But also, that Page of Cups and that Devil's right behind it though. So also keep that in mind. Oh, with the strength. So you have Page of Cups, Devil, and strength. What's behind that? Princess of Swords. And she's on that Windfish or whatever. So that's still the Knight of Swords. Two of Wands and Four of Swords. Control, needing to rest. Four of Swords is about rest, but it's like dropping control, like resting. King of Wands here. He's very, right? You see that? You fucking see that, right? So the Leo that I know wants to be an actor, but it just seems like he's just been putting on a show this entire time, right? And what the fuck did I say? Entertainer, and look at the director. Look at that. We got the entertainers and then the director. But it's just like, I'm not trying to be that's why Queen of Swords is over here. Because it's just like, I'm not trying to be a part of your show. Right? Nine of Cups. I'm not trying to be a part of your show. And that's probably why he feels left out in the cold. Because I'm not trying to be a part of this act. Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. Deuces. Like, I got my own finances that I need to work on. Like, there's things that I gotta focus on and do for myself. Because, again, you want to be out here entertaining motherfuckers while I'm out here by myself. For real. Literally. Like, I'm out here by myself. Out here in the cold, trying to get it together. While you out here, over here, entertaining motherfuckers. Right? Being flighty. Oh, shit. Hold on. Exactly. See? The damn Knight of Swords trying to run away. Trying to get away. Like, trying to be sneaky, right? Once again, you just always entertaining motherfuckers and them just, dipping off. Now, if I go and see him tomorrow at this spot, either he gonna be there, and if he not there, then he already done forced himself into a relationship with somebody. And I'm just telling you right now, if that's the case, right? Because here's the surprise, right? If that's the case, it's it's one of those. It's gonna be one of those things where I literally will have to walk away. Like not even like let him know. It's just I'm gonna have to walk away because at this point I see the pattern, I see the karma, and I'm tired of it. And mind you, oh, I didn't even mention that I pulled cards with this deck when I was around him, and I kind of already got an idea of what is to come, right? If I continue to play along with this charade, right? If I continue to play along with this act. So it's just like, I got to separate myself from that situation to let them know, like to let him know how serious I am about the things that I'm saying. Like, I've been over there, what, 3 days now? Like, since August. It was like the second, which I thought was his birthday, and it wasn't. And then the third, and I believe I came up the fourth. We are now in the ninth, right? Well, I think I took a day or two off, and then I went to go see him again. And then that's when he made some insinuation about going to the hospital because something was going on with his foot, which has been going on with his foot since I saw him, right? Or since since we reunited. But he never went to go get it checked out. But it's just like, whenever I come around, it's just like, now you want to get yourself back on track on things. That's the one thing I don't like. It's just like, you should just want to do it for yourself, not because I'm around and you see that like it looks like I'm doing well for myself, but we all go through the struggle. Third position, what are you not able to see at the current time because you have blinders on? Perhaps. Saturn return. Its age. 50. 5. 5, right? 5 of Pentacles. Fives are... Fives are... Fives... Because I'm trying to think about the 5 of Cups. Despair. And the 5 of Pentacles is being left out. That lack mentality. 5 of Wands. There's conflict. And then 5 of Swords. Wow. What is 5 of Swords? If the 4 is rest, 5 is defeat. Wow. Age, though. Age. Surprise! It's age. Somebody's age? Maybe that's one I actually should read up on. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm thinking about, like, age of Aquarius. But let's go into that. That's 50. I'm going to go into the card in brief. I'm not going to really... Is it the last card? Oh, no. It's like 2 more cards after that. Saturn returned age. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourselves. Oh, wow. Look at that. Saturn returns, card in brief, weight, earth, the physical world, the feeling of life's immensity, life's harshness, moving past hardships. Another chance, paying your dues, what lives beyond the dream, ambition, late December and January, doing things in a measured way or at the right time, building a foundation, being steady, responsibility, waiting it out, bleakness, aging, the dealing with the aged, nursing homes, sickness, endings, fortitude, endurance, releasing what does not work, feeling pressed for time, feeling stuck, being boxed in, frustration, father, the older males, deserved success, the colors brown, black, and gray, what endures, facing the truth, a time to get real, a reality check, stripping things bare, clearing the past, karma, Faded relationships, emotional coldness. Corresponding tarot is judgment. Key ideas is difficulties, paying your dues, moving to the next level, putting the past behind you, corrections. Also, it could be that, because what did I get? It was just like, that came up with the Queen of... Right. So you got the King and Queen of... King of Pentacles. King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles is here. That's funny. So now, with this... So that was about... Ooh. Well, it's judgment. So... Tower in reverse. Four of Cups. So the Tower in reverse. Ten of Wands. Five of Swords. Here's that five. Hanged Woman. Emperor. Shit. Well, definitely somebody's coming out of a conflict and needing to speak their truth about something. Hanged Woman, right? You see she's upside down under this water. But to me, it's like, well, it's getting a different perspective, but clarity. I feel like this is like a meditative state to bring some type of, yeah, you see, it's just like she's literally stretched under the waterfall. So there's like some type of washing of something, some balance, some rejuvenation of the sorts for this Emperor. Ten of Wands, right? You go from the Ten of Wands to the Hanged Woman. But it's after this Tower in reverse. So again, this Tower in reverse is good though. I mean, it's a tower still nonetheless, but as you see, it's lightning and it's caught on fire. But it's in reverse, it's like it's not going to be as drastic as what the picture instills. So you're still going to have a tower moment, right? This age, this Saturn returns is very significant. I don't know where Saturn lies in your chart, right? But you could have Virgo Saturn, right? Also with the Virgo Mercury, which I do have, or Virgo Lilith. But that age, right? That Saturn return, weight, earth, the physical world, feelings of the immensities, life's harshness, moving past hardships. Okay, so yeah, it's got you. So they're going through a transformation right now. They're going through it. This, right, okay, they're going through their Saturn returns. They're getting their karma right now, and this is what you don't know. Got you. Or probably they don't even know, but they're burdened, they're defeated. Four Cups, they didn't see that this is what's happening. So, well, now that we are, whoever's watching this video, right, now you know what's going on with whoever you're watching or cross-watching for. Or if you're watching this for yourself, now you know what's going on. You're having a Saturn return moment. You're getting your just due, right? You know, this is your karma, unfortunately, right? Right timing and direction. But now that you're aware, this is also your awakening. This is your spiritual ascension. Also, you have this dragon here. brings you into divine feminine light. Come into balance and pra- practice peace, harmony, and cooperation. Expand your casual chakra, right? Remember that. So, and again, when was the last time I couldn't stop laughing or smiling? So whoever this is that's watching, just remember that like this is the dark period. This is the dark before the dawn, right? If you're watching this video, you've probably we're wondering like you've probably just probably went through it and you're just like you need to get a peace of mind right now. Hangman, having a peace of mind right now about what the fuck is going on in your life. Emperor. Boss status, right? That's the boss right there. That's the CEO. He's like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, why is everything happening to me the way that it's happening to me? But you could be a Leo, right? A Leo or an Aries. Because it got the Aries right there. But then you go King of Wands is a Leo. Our fifth position, or fourth position, is the also too, and that's why that stone is there. I'm gonna put that there. Wow, that's beautiful, right? So this is all needed, right? So again, your self node, right? There will not be anxiety about trouble. That's the spiritual, right? That's the mental, and then this is the physical. I mean, we can look at the other side. It says, remember, reconsider, now is not the time. Actually, nope. I like that. So this is came up in the upright. So there will not be anxieties about trouble. Remember that now. Because you're coming out of your self node, right? Or you've been working in your self node, but now here's that Saturn return and this, coming in to whip you in this shape. However, you still got your gods and your guardians, as well as your ancestors, watching and protecting you as well as you go through this transformation, this reawakening, your resurrection, right? And that's why the justice is in reverse. The justice is in reverse wasn't because of this Queen of Swords. That's probably why you think that Queen of Swords is why you don't got no justice. But no, it's because you've been entertaining, right? Playing in people's faces this entire time, right? Creating a show when you should have been working in this energy, being a boss, actually having something for yourself. But now that we come to that realization, but that stone is there. It's like it's to transmute that negative energy and turn it into positive energy. And what's so beautiful about this stone? It's the color, purple and green. If that motherfucker is watching, I swear. If he's not watching, then I'm definitely in his energy. Or we definitely are in each other's energies. Because it's crazy how like the cards they just come out the way they come out. And again, there's no need for me to force this. Why would I force this? The way I seen that Leo, I wouldn't force this on anybody. Honestly, I wouldn't force that on anybody. You wouldn't want that either. Honestly, I don't think anybody wants that. I don't think he wants that. But he feels it's like he deserves that, and it's just like, no, nigga, you don't. Yeah, you've done some shit in the past, but it's just like it's once you come to that acknowledgement of the fuck shit, it's just like you apologize. Up to the person if they take that apology or not. But as long as you are like, okay, I'm sorry, I fucked up, I'm not going to do it again, and you actually stand by that, then it shouldn't be nothing to worry about. But if you keep saying that, oh, I'm sorry, this, that, and the third, but then you keep doing the same shit, what do you expect is going to happen? Karma. Yod is destiny, right? What was I saying before I even got into all this with the oracles? It's about the gods, right? With that alchemy at the bottom, right? They're coming together. They got you in that pot, and they getting your ass. They getting your ass together. They let you know that it's time for you to step into your north node. What is your destiny? Now, mind you, there is a north node life purpose card separate from this, but it all goes hand in hand, right? You step into your life's purpose, then you know your destiny, right? You know what you're destined for, or vice versa. If you find out what your destiny is, then you'll start to step into your life purpose, right? Either or, but they go hand in hand. Whatever, but this card is basically saying it's time, right? All these cards are basically saying it's time to acknowledge your destiny, that Pharaoh's awakening. Should, I don't know, because I want to show off the other cards or get a closer view, right? But yeah, your destiny. Have you thought about anything before I even pull these cards, right? Have you thought about your destiny? Where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing? How do you see yourself getting there? Right? And it's just like, well, if you don't know, then that's what you probably need to focus on now at this point. Like, really sit down and think about the things that you've put yourself in, right? Why did you put yourself in those? What was the benefit of, to get yourself there? Other than money and stability, right? We all want that. Excuse me. So that's something that, we can write that down, money, stability. Actually, I wouldn't even put money down. I'll put abundance. Because the abundance comes, it takes care of everything. It's the money, it's the house, it's things being paid for when they need to be paid for, and still having something, not even extra, but it's just still having that abundance to keep going, to keep giving, to keep offering, right? To keep growing. Just keep that in mind when you manifest things. It's all about your intentions too, where your heart lies. Are you when you manifest things and your heart isn't in the right frequency, right? It's not going to produce whatever it is that you're trying to manifest properly. It's not going to produce whatever it is that you're trying to manifest properly. You may get it, but you may not be able to keep it, or it's going to make things worse than what you've already are kind of currently going through, right? So just be mindful of your intentions and where your heart lies when you manifest anything, and also when you manifest, do it for yourself. Don't ever try to do it with the intentions of somebody else in mind. I will say that. And it's only because things backfire. And again, it's all about your intentions in your heart. If you're sitting here trying to do love spells and stuff like that, or at least try to get somebody to love you, it's your intentions is like they're wrong. Because instead of putting that focus on them trying to get you to try to get them to love you, you should put that intentions on how can I love myself enough to then be presented in a way that would make that person want to love me, right? And it's not doing it it's not going to be in a way of getting their attention to make them fall in love with you, but it's just like I'm a human being on this earth, recognize me, that's it, and we can have a conversation, and that conversation will then can lead to y'all being friends or not, it's that thing. That's the only thing that you should be trying to manifest, maybe communication with that person. That's the most you should do when it comes to trying to manifest a person in your life. is that to have that ability to communicate, and that's it. And then everything else is just your intentions and what is that, improv, like you kind of free will, there we go, I said improv. But destiny, right? Yod. um should I go into that? Where's the book? That is number 48. 48, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is 3. So 3 could be significant, maybe. But 48. A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. Wow. Look at that. That was by Jean de la Fonte. But the Yod card in brief, needing to make adjustments, being inventive, being unique, having a special purpose, trusting all will work out as it is meant to, the eventual success of destiny and fate, even amongst chaos. Look at that. Self examination and discovery after a period of confusion, missed opportunities, increased awareness, humility, being shown factors you are currently blind to, making up your mind, making a choice, learning from adjustments, and flowing with the change, a conduit of energy, profound blocks, stop and start motions. It is best not to force the issues at this time as there is fate involved. Didn't I say something about forcing something? I'm not trying to force anything. Just go with the flow. Um, to not force the issues at this time as there is fate involved. Allow matters to unfold before acting, bringing everything together, answering the call as the ordinary life is released into the spiritual. Corresponding tarot card is Ace of Swords reverse. Key ideas: destiny, doing things on your own, standing strong, making a difference. Exactly. So it's time to start to step into your destiny, stand into your power. King of Wands here, right? King of Wands. He is the apprentice to the magician. So you can manifest, but how you've been manifesting has been all wrong. So now that we know that we've been working in our South Node, doing some proper research on what our North Node is, and then taking that action in that North Node, right, standing in our purpose, will then bring us to the destiny, to our fate, what we're destined to have, all the things that you thought you were working for, that always been working against you, to have you then stuck and left out in the cold, right? Feeling like you deserved to be out here and that you should be humbled. That's another reason why that nine of cups and that 5 of pentacles is there. He literally tried to have this explanation about how like being out there humbled him and stuff like that. It's just like this facade. Like, I know that it's like he's trying to express himself without him breaking down again. I think that's what it is. Because one of those times he did kind of break down and cry, but it's just like I wasn't really kind of open to him like that. And I remember at one point, it was one argument we had, and I kind of told him about himself. And I shouldn't have had sad words like that, because he kind of explained to me how words hurt. And then even when he was telling me that, I was kind of being disregarded of his feelings, only because it's just like, you keep lying to me and you keep dragging me into these third parties, because it's like I'm not really, well, first of all, I'm not sexually involved with that man at all. Like, we've never had sex. Shit, we barely even held hands. We've never been on a date for right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so confusing. Like, the whole friendship is just a bunch of, it's complicated. It's very complicated, I will say that. But destiny, right? I don't know where I'm going on to. Oh, what the fuck? Magician. Here we go. Exactly. It's standing in your power. So, like I said, King of Wands is the apprentice to the magician. So now here we are, magician. You have graduated. Stand in your power now. Take control of your destiny. And that's what they were saying, taking control of your own, finding your own purpose and stuff like that. Where do you belong? Knowing where you belong. Not because of some shit that you've done in your past that you're giving your own self judgment for. You are not God. Stop putting so much judgment on you. The fact that you're still alive right now and breathing, right, is all the more clarification that God is saying that He needs your life for something, right? Because if he really saw that what you was doing was really out here out of pocket, you would not be doing the things that you be doing to yourself right now, right? He would have been kind of cut you short long ago. Just saying. Oh, and when I say you, I'm not speaking to me. I'm speaking to my Leo. So if I'm speaking like that, then I'm speaking to the masculines, to whoever I'm watching as well in this reading. Right? We gonna get it together. Y'all gonna know how I talk around here, so you know. But magician, he is the manifester, she's the manifester, and also it's cute, right? We have Mercury here, right? Sailor Mercury. But then also we have Mercury over there. But Mercury rules Venus. So we have Venus and Mercury out here, along with the magician. But here's that infinity symbol, 8, right? We just got out of that Leo's gate yesterday, but we're in Leo's portal. We're in that Lion's Gate portal, right? All the way up until the 27th, I believe. So again, magician, you got some time now. Now that you know who you are, now you got some time to really manifest. It's funny how I got this music, right? This DNA activation to your full potential, right? That wasn't was it intentional? Like it was intentional, but it wasn't like planned, put it like that. I didn't think that it was going to actually correspond with this reading. I promise you that. I put my right hand up, you know. I don't know how we swear in the spiritual community, but whatever, how you put your right hand up, cross my heart and hope to die, stick a needle in my eye type. There we go. Like, yeah, like I promise you, like, tapping into your full potential, who you are, who you truly are, standing into your power and taking control of your life. Page of Swords in reverse. I like that. Because the Page of Swords is usually the spy. He's the sneaky one. Well, I feel like the knights and the pages are sneaky. If it ain't the king, right? The king don't gotta be sneaky, but of course he sends the page out and the knights to do all the sneaky shit. But the page is in reverse though, so it's like no longer being that player, right? Being sneaky, trying to hide, and also too being a backstabber, betraying somebody. Cause the page of swords is giving me from my Game of Thrones deck, and that's the Sons of the Harpies, and we already know how they played around in that show. So, yeah, that's no longer being in that energy and stepping into the magician. All right, well, I've already went through these cards, so they can kind of really move out the way. I just had another whatchamacallit over here that I don't want to get caught up. But yeah. High Priestess. High Priestess, she feels what she knows. She's also connected with the moon, right? Trusting your intuition. Because the High Priestess is upright. And remember, we had the Justice in reverse and the first side. So now we have the high priestess here who's actually intuitive. This is actually standing in, right? Because now you're standing in your power. You're also tapped in. You're tapped into your intuition now. Ace of Wands. There you go. Ace of Wands is that new spark, to create. So now you have the Magician there with the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords again. So now you're able to communicate clearly on the things. How? Wow, look at that. So she was over here. She was over here with the Justice in reverse, and now she's over here with the High Priestess in the upright, and the Ace of Wands and the Magician with the Page of Swords in reverse, right? Again, well, not again, but I may be saying she, right? It don't matter. You can be a male, and this is you, because again, the way this reading is, I could be talking to my Leo. But again, I also could be me in hopes of wanting to have this be, connected to my Leo, to the Leo, right? But also, it's that feminine energy, it's that masculine and feminine energy. I give to him a lot. I think that's what it is. And he doesn't know how to really be in the masculine energy when it comes to really being around me. I don't know, for some reason, do I make him nervous about being a man? The fuck? I'm the one that's really working at my feminine energy. So it's just like, how is it that I don't know. But again, it's standing in your power. Oh, well maybe that could be a thing, right? Again, I am same sex, so this could be the thing that would they've been denying, right? He claims that he's bi, but there's just been some ifs about that. I've been iffy about that because we never really had a real relationship. Like I've met him, we talked, but then some shit went left, and then yeah, we never really established much. We just had a conversation and a connection, but it was a forced connection, right? I will say that because I think I explained to you guys how I was led to that Leo. You know, after leaving the airport, or not the airport, after leaving that job, that same job that I had with the Aquarius, because he left and then I stayed for a while, but then I needed to change. So then I was looking around for jobs at the airport. Not really. I don't know. I went to go get something to eat, and then that's when I saw a person standing outside their store, and I was like drawn to them. And because I was drawn to them, that what made me want to go over there and strike up a conversation with them. Next thing you know, I'm working there at that job, befriending him. Then we're hanging out after work, and then voila, here comes the Leo, and then the Leo is giving me this energy, familiar energy, and that's why I kind of ran with that that Leo, because of familiar energy that I wasn't able to let go of from that Aquarius. So I kind of forced myself to deal with the Leo only because of the lack of communication and stuff like that I was having with the Aquarius. And again, not again, but I will say this. It wasn't like I intentionally was going with the Leo to spite the Aquarius, because there was no way, shape, or form I could do that. However, I felt like because I'm communicating with them, that's kind of what is the spite of it all. The fact that I'm actually communicating with somebody that he really despises in some way, shape, or form, and he's kind of judging me for having communications with that said Leo. Now, I don't know what the hell has happened between them two, right? For them that kind of go their separate ways. But from my experience with that Aquarius, it seems like it don't really have to take much for him to cut you off. So it could be something very petty, and he just holds a grudge for it, right? That could not another it could be another thing too. Where was I going with this? Destiny, right? Somebody's standing in their power though, right? Somebody's taking action with that Ace of Wands, but it's trusting their intuition to communicate clearly and speaking their truth about something. Right? And not holding back. Because they know what their destiny is now. They know what's destined for them. They're no longer in their head. They're no longer in their mind, and they're coming into some shit. Fifth and final card. So this is the potential outcome. So this is the what if Marvel, right? Or Marvel's what if, but astrology edition, or Lilith's what if. Okay, now. Oh, look at that, Saturn. So you had your Saturn return, and now you got Saturn, which is the truth of it all, right? So some truth might be coming to fruition, coming out to the surface. But again, then we say something about speaking your truth, right? Taking action and speaking your truth. That wand there, right? It's manifesting some truth. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, look, we got the Ace of Pentacles here, and then the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, right? That offer. So they still want to offer. That's the truth. They still want to offer. They got to offer for you. Or they want to offer something. Or they want to grow. Pentacles is about planting that seed. It's the ace. We are in that time, right? It's harvesting season, right? I think this is the time to plant the seeds. I believe. But then again, winter is about to come. The Hierophant. No, the Magician. Again, look at that. Yeah, that looked it weird. But yeah, the Magician. So you have double confirmation for the Ace of Pentacles, and then double confirmation for the Magician, with the King of Wands, again, being the apprentice of that. So somebody really wants to manifest a new beginning. Somebody really wants to plant a seed with you, right? Somebody wants to grow. Manifestations, well, again, not again, but it's that infinity symbol. So I feel like this is like one of those cycles, right? So we're coming back around, right? Now they're going to actually give you something. Magician, right? Now they're coming. Here's the truth, right? They're going to come in and they're actually going to give you an offer. Pentacles here is an actual physical, something tangible. Y'all can actually work on this. Ooh. But do you really want to work on it? See, two of coins. There's that juggle. That's that juggling, struggling. But again, that's probably why they're coming in to offer, because the truth is they're juggling, they're struggling, because you were juggling and struggling. If this is a connection, right? This is an endless cycle, right? This is, well, not an endless cycle, but y'all is on this cycle, right? So it's just like y'all kind of reflect in some way, shape, or form. I mean, right now my finances isn't the best. So yeah, two of coins for me. And again, well, I can't speak on his finances, but the way he's choosing to put himself out there is just like he's juggling him to his damn self. But I still feel like he has an inheritance. And again, it's not about the money for me. But for him though, for me it's about control. My control over money, my finances. I have a hard time saving money. and he likes to be a flashy motherfucker. And I like to splurge as well. So it's funny. So I like to buy shit, and then he likes to flex. So it's just like, how is that going to work out for the two of us? You know. But Ace of Pentacles, Magician, Two of Pentacles. But it also, right, that also could mean, right, manifesting, getting out of the struggle. Right? Getting out of the struggle. King of Wands. Queen of Cups. Queen of fucking Cups. And the Six of Swords. So again, manifesting, getting out of this. But why do I feel like, see, you know what? You can't get mad. You cannot get mad. This Two of Pentacles, right? Because this King of Wands is here. King of Wands is a player, right? King of Wands, he wants to manifest and offer you something, but yet he still has two people. There's two Queen of Cups here. You decide which one is you, but they definitely want to move on to common waters with the both of y'all. Or this could be him, right? Don't look at the colors, right? Don't mind the colors. Or this could be him transforming, right? Getting out of that player energy and tapping into the feminine energy, right? Queen of Cups, to reflect you, to match you, right? So then y'all can both be on the same page to move on together calmly, right? Because, like, one is definitely working in their fire energy. Somebody's always hot-headed, somebody's short-tempered, somebody's just always passionate about the wrong things. That's the thing. Like, they're in their again South Node, right? They have all the traits and qualities of the King of Wands, but they're working in the South Node energy of the King of Wands. So that's why it's just like, whenever you come in with you Queen of Cups, when you come in all nurturing and loving and stuff like that, it doesn't really combat. You know, when you look at that Temperance, it's like that steam, right? But you see how when you put the fire in water, that steam, it evaporates. It just turns into air and then nothing. That's what this is. It's like whenever y'all come together, it's just like, y'all fizzle right out. But it's just like, now that they're kind of stepping into their power, and they understand that they've been manipulating this entire time, being a King of Wands, right? That's funny because you have the Magician here, which is one with the Ace of Pentacles, right? So if you would have stood in your Magician power with the Ace of Coins, you know, that's what you're realizing. If I would have stood into my Magician power with an Ace of Coins instead of my King of Wands energy with my Two of Pentacles, my Two of Coins, I would have been able to move on a long time ago. So if I would have stepped in, right? Stepped in either in my Magician energy with the Ace of Coins, or when I was in my Magician energy and when I was offered the Ace of Coins, I should have took it. But no, I wanted to be a King of Wands and offer Two of Pentacles, you know, to other people and juggle. But they also is needing to transmute that fire energy into water so they can come and be a good balance or a good match for you. Queen of Pentacles, or Queen of Cups, two Queen of Cups. You see how one has cheesesteak and the other one's drinking. So one likes to cook and somebody likes to likes to drink, but like to mix drinks though. Like they like to be that type of person. I feel like y'all that's the kind of compliments y'all have with each other. You know, that's the equal give and take, the balance. That's the justice right there. It's like finding somebody that compliments you and things like that. You know, if I can cook, then like yeah, that'd be dope if I can have somebody that can like mix some fancy ass drinks to go along with that meal. Right? It don't even have to be like liquor though. It could though, you know, for the adults, and then you have something for the regular peoples. But it'd be stuff like that. What do I feel like? I feel like I need to pull something else. Right? Final messages. But yeah, it's just like, oh, look at that strength. Right? Now, usually it talks about strength is about gaining, right? It talks about gaining strength, but this one, right? You've been using your strength, right? You've been using your strength not all wrong, but you've just been wild with your strength, and it's time for you to tame it now, right? Medicine time. But oh look, and there's the Magician, right? And another one card fell. Oh, and that was the strength. Oh, look, how's that? You got Virgo, Mercury, Leo, right? But I'm not pulling those. But again, that's triple confirmation with that Magician card. Standing in your power. It's understanding who you are. Getting out of your head. Stop denying who you are. That you are gifted. That you deserve things. You know, and also that people can change. And oh wow. Wheel of Fortune and the Devil, right? Well, what's that? No, because King of Swords wanted to show exactly. That's fine. Oh wait, that's important. Because if this Leo is watching, right? What's behind him? That's all. But again, you got that devil here as well. So, and that Wheel of Fortune. So I end up giving him a gift, right? Oh, shit, I can't even, because it was a gift, right? I didn't want to put it up on camera, but I think it's up. I think I did show it at one point, but I didn't do an unboxing of it. That's going to come later. My deck should be coming within the next 2 days. But I end up getting him the occult deck for his birthday. Well, I didn't get it for him, honestly. I bought it, and then I hesitated on opening it, and then I was just like, you know what? I should just give it as a gift for him. So, but yeah. I ended up getting him, but I gifted him the occult deck for his birthday. And the one thing he told me he wanted to do was sit here and try to invoke one of them damn deities. I'm just like, well, he didn't do it because he already knows there's proper things that you have to do prior to doing that. And I'm kind of glad that he has some type of common sense to not do some dumb shit like that, right? However, I'm thinking to myself, how are you going to sit there and invoke that type of entity, right, or deity when you are already when you already are dealing with them? And that's why I showed that King of Swords there, because I'm pretty sure that was the deity that he was trying to invoke. And I'm just like, you seen the devil, right? He's like right there. It's just like, it's just like certain things you just gotta be mindful and careful for. Oh wow, look at that. King of Wands, 6 of Wands, and underneath that is the Page of Swords, spying, right? There's that spy. But here's the King of Swords, right? Or King of Wands, action taker, but he's also a player. But he is a manifester or a manipulator, depending. But the Six of Wands is moving forward. It's a forward movement and victory. As you see, it's like shadows trying to grab behind him as he's trying to move forward. But I think that's what it is. And that's why he's in that energy, that King of Wands instead of the Magician. Page of Swords. There's a lot of players around him. And all he doing is just right, it's a lot of players around him and he's just acting. He's just going along with the show, right? He's just directing and making his way forward in life. I get that. I get that. I get that. Right? Alright. But I just want to pull one card and then we're gonna call it. One card and we're gonna call it. Because it's just like we already know this. We already know about the snakes around him. We already know about him being a player and all that. Like, we know this stuff. Three of Coins, working together. Building. Oh, look, there's the strength right underneath that. Wanted to pop its head out. Right? I need to work on my setup a little bit better. Excuse me. Three of Cups, strength. Oh, Page of Cups and the Magician. They all want to be seen. But we have... I know you the fuck lying. I'm scratching my head. Y'all see me shuffle these cards. Y'all not gonna believe what is being presented. But as you see here, right? As you can see here, we have the three of Coins, which speaks of working together. As you can see, there's two people here, right? Two people here working on basically stitching somebody's wings together or helping somebody gain their wings, right? Right? Like, look at that. That's cute, right? Right? So what popped out is essentially what is to come, or what could happen, right? Because again, this is all about needing to gain that strength and step into your power, because working in your South Node has been keeping you guys in the distance or separated from each other, right? And why he's been so defensive, or you've been defensive, and all this, back and forth, tit for tat, that twin flame and journey stuff. But, it's that spiritual ascension and divine partner unions and all that, right? But, because again, if the twin flame union is really about, people coming together, straight people coming together for the collective, to change the world or whatever, just imagine what all the other unions are for, right? And I know what my mission is to really try to save souls, or at least help people get onto their soul's path. And I don't know if it was my last reading that I've done or my last video that I've done, and I was talking about how I'm not really focused on my halo, but I'm trying to get my wings. But it's just like, if I'm trying to get my wings, that means that, like, I want to help other people gain their wings as well. So, stepping into your North Node, right, that's just meaning that, well, for me, stepping into my North Node, it's me helping people, step into their life's purpose, or at least get them to understand that there is a such thing as a life purpose, and that we all have a journey that we got to go through, in order to understand that. But what we have here is the High Priestess and the Hierophant, right? You see that? That's funny how the High Priestess here got all these papers and stuff everywhere. You see she's kind of exposed. It literally reminds me of me. You see, I got all these decks everywhere. I'm a mess. This room is a mess. Like, I'm a junky person, but it's because, like, I have so much, and I don't know where to put it. But yeah, she feels what she knows. She also holds the scrolls. This is the type of person that she gets intuitive messages. And if she's really tapped in, right, a high priestess, like who's actually like actually in her divinity and all that, right, or he, right, because well, this is supposed to be the male version, but there are men high priestesses and there are female or there are women, uh, hierophants, but stepping into their standing in their true power, right, the high priestess doesn't really need to read any of those papers. If anything, she can hold it in her hand and gain the information from it. Like that's how like intuitive she is and connected she is with source. And then sometimes it don't even need to be that. It could just be things getting downloaded to her that she just knows. We could be in the middle of a conversation and she get a download on something, and the next thing she know, you know, we can be I'd be talking about fish or something like that, and then she get a download, gives you all the information on the fish without you even going to Google to know about the information of the fish. That's what a high priestess is, standing in her true power, right? You know, and the Hierophant, that's the religious leader. So you have the spiritual leader and then you have the religious leader. Standing in his power, you know, he's going to have the church. He's going to be the one reading the Bible and the Quran and the scrolls, you know, all those texts, just to prove, or just to not to prove, but to show you, just to have evidence that, you know, God exists and stuff like that. So this is all about faith and intuition, and this is all about facts and what can be proven. But when you two come together, it's like it's like trying to it's like getting non-believers to believe, but it's like, right, getting non-believers to believe. You want to help people gain their wings, but also too, right, non-believers, strength card. Oh wow, and temperance is at the bottom. You see that? I'm not touching these cards. I'm not manipulating. You see my shuffle, right? Temperance in the page of cups. All right, because that, to me, that's like that tomboy download thing, right? But that temperance is that reconciliation, that balance. It's the balance, the equal give and take, right? The peace bringers, right? This is beautiful. Somebody who's finally stepping into their north node is going to be stepping into their north node with their partner. They're going to be working together finally in a union. Now, again, like it may or it may not be love, but somebody's coming together to work together, doing what they love. But again, like that's crazy because again, I'm really thinking about that Leo and how he literally is like, he's into the esoteric stuff like that, but from what I've known him to be, he was a Muslim. He was really into religion. He kind of jumped from religion, but him being a Muslim was like the one thing that really kind of was the one thing actually that stayed true to him. Strangely enough. And then now I'm like, you see, I got my Kabbalistic tarot deck, right? I'm trying to learn about that stuff. That's the only reason why I got into tarot in the first place, is to learn about to learn about religion for real, because it's like it's the same old. Every church I go to, they all the same. They all preach the same. They all sound the same. Why do I feel like this is like some brainwashing activity going on? So it's just like it's time for me to change and to step into my north node and to express to the world about what's really going on and stuff like that, to help them gain knowledge and clarity on my experiences and stuff like that, right? That I've been going through. And the same thing for this person, right? Or I mean, they could be either or, right? But the Hierophant and the High Priestess are here, so somebody's coming into union, right? But this is a religious thing, or spiritual and religion. Yeah, this is spiritual and spirit and religion coming together, helping people gain their wings, right? Getting their wings and gaining strength to believe, because they've been fighting. Again, I told you, like, you have already got this strength. They've been exerting their strength way too much. Now it's time to put them down, at least in this card. But in a way that at least it's, temperance, calming them. It's that balance. You know, people really want to believe. They want to be saved. They want to go to heaven. They want to celebrate too, right? So shit. How can they do that if they don't know who to really talk to? If there's nobody out there to really show them and guide them and lead them in a way that would make sense for them to know that. And it would only make sense for for these people, right, to finally stand into their North Node and to come into the world and speak upon the things, right? You're seeing the Queen of Swords is up there twice. So, Queen of Swords is definitely someone who's really going to be speaking their truths about everything that's been going on in their lives for them to help the collective, move forward in their lives. So again, that's beautiful. When was the last time you couldn't stop smiling or laughing or smiling? I guess this might be the reading, right? Everything that you're hearing could be spot on to what is going on. And if you feel as though, like, if you are already standing in your power, right? If you already are in this, right? You probably do readings or are just like, are just into this shit. But you take it serious enough that, like, you're in this. Like, you're in it, right? And now they're stepping into it, or they're going to be stepping into this soon as well. And it's just like, when was the last time, right? That last time is about to be almost every day now with y'all. Y'all gonna be smiling. Y'all gonna be laughing and smiling almost every day. Almost. I mean, again, when we really talk about this, right? Because again, like, the work that y'all about to get into, this is some serious shit as well. So y'all really about to, like, really start healing the collective. Like, the way I'm looking at this, right, as well, it's not up there. But actually, in that first deck, the Ten of Pentacles was there, right? That foundation that y'all been working on, that soul tribe that I was telling you about, that I've been working on, right? I feel like that's all going to come into fruition, right? I think y'all will have your own like foundation to bring people in to help the collective as well. If you don't have one, then you're going to be granted one. But because this is spiritual and religious work. This is essential work. This is essential work. So it's like, it's necessary, it's needed, it's for the collective. So, yeah. I want to say the B word, blessings, but blessings, right? Blessings are on their way. Ace of Pentacles. Take that offer. It's all about taking that offer. But they got to stand into their power, but they got to understand that. And it's all about that right timing and direction. But the Queen of Heaven is there with Queen of Heaven and the air dragon. Come on now. So you have the Queen here and her dragon. Her air dragon at that. Coming in with a Japanese god to nurture, light, compassion, integration, resurrection, and tolerance. I was going to put that in a sentence, but I just read it from, like, for what it is. So again, there will not be anxieties about trouble anymore. Step out of your south node and step into your north node. Because your north node is going to help you become a religious teacher, while your partner is going to be, or you might be a religious leader and they might be a spiritual teacher. Because again, I'm not trying to lead much. I'm really more so want to teach. All the things that I'm getting into, I'm trying to help y'all learn some shit. Not really trying to future tell anything, even though this is kind of future telling. Well, yeah, it is. But predictions, Everything is not guaranteed, but like, I mean, if you feel, if it's hitting you, right? Because that's another thing. Do we even know what the definition of resonate is? Because like, I watch these readings and none of them really hit me. Because again, if I'm not, also, if you're not really communicating with your counterparts, then like those readings really won't resonate like that, unless like unless the readings that you watch, oh, excuse me, are specifically no communication, situationships, like entanglement readings. Like, you have to be specific on what it is that you're watching in order for you to really know if the readings will resonate with you or not. Because again, for the most part, I watch them now for information. It's me still learning how to read, you know, how other people read. I can read off my intuition, but or I can read intuitively, but not 100%. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things, but I got to get myself balanced first. At that, as you can see, it took me a while to make this damn video, and then you see how I'm ranting, right? Unpreparedness. It's that shit. Things that I need to work on to then have myself aligned to balance, and then, all the good stuff. Um, but yeah, just keep in mind that we still are in the Lionsgate portal all the way up until the 27th. So, oh, excuse me. Make sure that that you keep your intentions high. You manifest. You write down the things that you really desire, that you want out of life. But make sure you want those things for yourself. That the things that you desire for yourself, but for yourself, that it's going to help the collective. I mean, you could be selfish on certain things. Don't get me wrong. Like, what is for you is for you, and again, you communicate with the divine higher power source or whatever, however you want to identify, with it. You communicate with them clearly on what it is that you want, and what is for you will be given to you or will be granted to you. But it's also about learning patience. You got to learn how to be patient. Things will take time. Seven of Pentacles isn't out here, but always about the season. But you got the Ace of Pentacles here, so something can be planted, right? But just be mindful of your intentions. Magician, that King of Wands kept popping out, but the King of Wands came out a few times, so just be mindful of your manipulation. Be mindful that you're manifesting and not manipulating. That's the thing. So if you want somebody to come back into your life, make sure that it's not to sabotage what is going on in their life. If you want somebody to come into your life, then communicate to your higher source, to your higher self, to higher powers about the things that you want to communicate to that person to, for it to be an idea and a possibility, right, in the ethers for that to be presented to you. If you just be clear about the things that you want, who knows, the very next day, that person you might run into that person. Like, oh my God, wow, how that happened? Oh, because you kept it honest with yourself and to God, right? To your higher, to source, about what it is that you want and what you're going to do once that person got there. And then now that person is there, now you could take advantage of the opportunity to do better. But some people still don't understand that God really be talking, or not, God really be listening to y'all, and y'all don't be paying attention. That's what it is. That mind card was out there. Be too in the mind about certain things. And I can relate. I'm a Virgo, right? But I also have Virgo in my Mercury. So I really analyze a lot of shit. That's why you see me as this type of reader. I keep telling you, I'm not an intuitive reader, but I don't want to keep saying that, because I don't want to doubt myself and the abilities that can be granted to me as I continue on, pushing forward into this. it's about also gaining confidence as well in certain things. King of Wands popped out, right, a few times. It's about your confidence. Whoever you are, whether if you are a Leo or not, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, you're working in that fire energy, right? It's all about taking action, but it's all about having the confidence to take that action. So therefore, when it happens, you got it. That's another thing. We work with the fire. You play with fire, right? You might end up getting burnt. So you got to be careful with that. It's funny because I got a candle over here too. So just be mindful of how you manifest, because the things that you manifest may not be something that you be able to handle. And from what I've seen, right, with my soulmate, right, the things that he manifests, he was able to manifest, but shortly after, he wasn't able to maintain them. And now look at him, he's really down bad. Again, not trying to judge him, put him down, belittle him, or make it seem like I'm doing better than him, because I'm not. We are literally rock bottom, but living it differently. I mean, this could be worse, because I've been through worse. So, and I don't really know about him, about what worse could be. Well, I'm seeing now that, it could get worse, but I feel like this right here should be his worst. We don't need to go any further than this, right? Because I don't want to go no further than this, right? So it's about really learning how to manifest properly as well. That's why that magician, in that last deck we seen the magician with the King of Wands there, the magician with the Ace of Coins, and the King of Wands with the Two of Pentacles. Remember that. So if we really want to manifest, we got to make sure we stand fully in that power in that magician power to manifest things. In order for it to really to at least exactly make sure we stand into the power of ourselves, and then manifest, right? And then plant that seed, instead of standing in maybe having the confidence and then trying to do two things at once, or trying to bring somebody else along to plant that seed. I think I was watching something. I was watching something. It was a reader, and she was saying how we shouldn't do no more 50-50s. It's never 50-50 anymore. It's a 100-100. I be 100 in my power, and you stand 100 in your power, and then we come together, we are both solid. So therefore, if things do happen and we do have to split, I'm not half a person and you're half a person, because 50-50 makes 100. So if I come in at 100, a whole person, and you come in at 100 as a whole person, now we're just two people existing together. We are able to look out for each other. We can able to give each other whatever it is that we need, or for that we want from each other. I think the thing is that we need to be together, right? Not in a sense of like clinginess, but it's just like understanding, trusting, being around like-minded individuals, who connect with you on a soul level. That's what we need. But because we're at 100 though, everything that we got is like we want it already. We don't really need it. We need each other because everything else we want. So just keep that in mind. Hierophant and High Priestess though. It's a match made in heaven with the Three of Wands, the Three of Coins. You literally are going to be helping people gain their wings. Right? And that's beautiful. I think that's what I've always wanted. You really want to go to heaven, right? If that's the main thing. It's like, people be like, oh, I gotta do charity work, or I gotta do mission work, and this, that, and the third. Which is fine. I'm not doubting anybody's belief, but that's not the all to be all, right? People doing that's for them. But just because it's working out for them, at least for their soul, doesn't mean that I'm going to feel in my soul that this is going to be right for me. It's just like and my situation, right? I don't really got it, but I still offer my money up to other homeless individuals or people who are really actually out here in these streets, whether it's by choice or they were forced out. But it don't really matter about that choice. Is that they're out there and not somewhere safe. But I give out my money from time to time. Now, do I give out my money all the time? No, because it's a choice. But it doesn't mean that just because I'm not giving out my money or I choose not to give out my money, even though I have money to give it out, it's just like I'm a bad person. It's just sometimes you got to know when you have it or not. And also, you got to be mindful of doing it as well. Don't just do it for the sake of, oh, well, I don't know. That's an iffy topic, iffy thing to say. Like, don't do it just for the sake of just like, I'm doing it to be nice. Because again, I feel like that could still go a long way with practicing. Practice makes perfect. You don't want to do it, but you do it because it's like, well, damn, like, shit. You know, I do need to do something for other people. It's like that kind of energy. Like you might not want to give it out, but you're like, fuck it. Like, I'm thinking. If this is a way of me not thinking of myself for a change, then maybe that can work out as well. You know, but just be more giving, loving, nurturing, compassion, right? Have more compassion. I think that's funny. The God is literally telling you what you need, right? Nurture, learn to nurture, learn to have compassion. That resurrection, right? That's to the situation that you think is dead, that you're all in your head about, that you don't think it's going to work out. But also, it's about standing in your power, resurrecting, right? You're dead now, but now it's time to revive yourself and to stand in who you are as the individual now. Tolerance, right? At the bottom, right? It says tolerance. You tolerated a lot, or maybe you didn't tolerate a lot, and now it's time to. Oh yeah, you tolerated a lot, and now it's time to set boundaries. Right? Integration. Right? Tolerance, and integration of light. Like those are the three things right there. That light, of course, focus on the light. Keep yourself in high vibrations. Know that, the divine is working with you even in your down times. Even when they're not communicating with you, or it's not even that they're not communicating with you, because you're not listening. That's why you've been working your South Node this entire time, because you haven't been listening. Also, too, well, no, never mind. I was going to say that. But yeah, integration. I think that's what you need to integrate the light. Integrate the light and learn how to tolerate that. Tolerate the light. Even though you need to appreciate the light, because the light is what's saving you from yourself, essentially. Or it's not, yeah, it's saving you from the demon, right? That's inhabiting you. Because people don't want to believe in things like that, but like when it comes to addictions and habits, obsessions and stuff like that, that's all devil energy, or the devil, however you want to look at it, whether you want to look at it as an actual entity or just the shadow side that we all refuse to recognize within ourselves, right? When we black out, it's that moment. What happens when we black out? Well, we don't know. We blacked out, but yet our body is still functioning. It's still moving. It's doing things, but our conscious is now nowhere present to know what the hell is going on. Think about that. But if we learn to do our shadow work, right, and if we black out, then there can be some type of understanding on what the fuck just went on. Because I really think about that right there. Reminds me of like a multiple personality disorder. But not as a disorder though. It's just like a activation. Like it's not even multiple. Well, it's your alter ego. You know, the dark side, the one we keep trapped and hidden, the one that, yeah, that does not come out. So it's just like if you're drinking or smoking or do hella drugs and stuff like that, and you start to fall away from your body, that's only allowing for something else to come in to that body, right? Now, usually when you're drunk, you black out. Oh, now that's the thing. Maybe, maybe when you black out, that's what happens. So yeah, so okay. I don't know why I'm even going on this rant in this video. This was like a whole nother thing. But yeah, because I was just like, well, that's probably what gets people to work into their self node then, right? Because of the alcohol and then the drugs, right? We do those things to numb ourselves or to escape reality in some way, shape, or form. And I smoke my weed, right? I smoke my weed pen. Now with this though, this doesn't get me high like actual Mary Jane does. So the effects is different, but you still do it to get a high nonetheless. Now I realize that each drug gives you a different high. Now I've only done marijuana and I've only done coke. Now coke doesn't really give you a high; it just keeps you up. And now I've only done it at least twice to know. Well, the first time I done it, it was very disgusting and off-putting because again, I had in mind that it was going to give me the same effects that weed did, and it didn't. So then, by the second time, I've already gaining knowledge on how to properly use it. So then, when I did use it, I'm like, okay, I get it now. Got you. So, but again, it just keeps you up. So, I don't even want to go into details, but yeah, it just keeps you up. That's all I gotta say. So, but I wouldn't recommend it though because again, addictions and stuff like that. You don't want to get addicted to things that you really had no business on doing in the first place, right? Because you want to be like, oh, it's for fun, and the next thing you know that for fun turns into a whole addiction, right? And I think that's what happened to that Leo. It started off. It started off with yeah, maybe it started off with weed, but I don't know. He's been just on things from the moment I met him. So he may have been I think he was smoking K2, right? I started off with K2. It started off with weed and then K2. And then that's when he just went farther left down the rabbit hole, down that gateway, right? So I'm just hoping that cuz where he's at right now in this, he's not too far off where he's not too far gone where his speech is fucked up. He could speak proper English, like he could speak very good English, and he sounds like an intellectual when he talks. When he wants to, like whenever he does speak, when he wants to sound like he's smart. But it's just once he's high, that's when you start to see everything. That's like the only thing is like once you're high, it's just like, you can't do nothing. You're just there. And what's so fucked up, right? When you look back at the old commercials, at the old Dare commercials, and how they try to make marijuana look, how they made marijuana look to people, like how, oh, she can't hear you. She's high right now. She's like laid flat on the couch, like just lifeless. That's not what weed does. That's what fucking, whatever. I don't even know what it's called. Whatever the shit that you shoot up, that stuff. Yeah, that's what that shit does. That had your ass stuck and not moving. And then come to find out that you don't even go nowhere. It don't even take you nowhere. You're just there. You're not present because you're like in this state, but like consciously, like you're still there. Like okay, like at least if I'm smoking my weed, I'm doing it to really like I'm analyzing everything that's on my mind. That's funny. I'm going through the motions of what's going on my mind. And literally, it's like a black moon spread, essentially, right? I sit there, I smoke, and I really just go through the things of my issues that I'm constantly facing with. Like, why I gotta keep going through these problems with my mom? How can I make it better? It's hard to, well, right, it's hard to do things like that, right, when you're living with the problem. But now that the problem is out, or now that you're no longer living with the problem, I can probably, do better uh debriefs, I guess, right? on to situations like that. But yeah, but that's what I do when I smoke my weed. It's basically a mental thing. It helps me plan shit, and like, get into my mind a lot more and focus. It keeps me focused on whatever is going on in my mind. As to me being sober, I got a million and one things on my mind because I have ADHD, and I don't know how to really focus on one thing to really stay settled on something. And that's another thing I've been struggling with too, and I really need to talk to a therapist about this. But it's just like now I've been wasting so much time with this program that, like, I don't know to even how to reach out without it being like, I don't know. I just feel like if I sit here and I try to do something like this, then like it's still not going to change the fact that like I still need to, I guess, look for a spot or whatever. And I know, like, yeah, I need to do that, but again, there's also just things that I have planned and set that I need help on, and if I'm being ignored about those things that I need help on, it's just like, how can I even trust a program for me to help me if they can't really guarantee me not to be back out on the streets. They say that they can help me with this, that, and the third, but the longer I've been here, the more I keep seeing people come back about trying to get back into this spot. So it's just like, come on now. Something's got to give. Can we be more realistic? Right? You're thinking I'm not being realistic about me wanting to own my own spot, but it's just like, that's as realistic as anybody can fucking be. Now it's just like, how do we find the people that are out there that have access, that, right, that I can have access to, that can put me in my own spot, right? But, you know, again, it's about standing in your power and understanding who you are as an individual and why you were put here on this earth. But how do you step to people who kind of know who you are, but then you kind of trying to figure out who you are? It's like, it's that shit. Like, they kind of know exactly who you are, but they kind of withhold the information until you stand up to them and let them know, like, this. Like, I know y'all got this, I know y'all know this, and I know y'all have access to this. So if y'all don't give me my shit now, then, blah, 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 blah. But you don't even want to go that far, because then that's when they're going to try to get that's when all hell is going to break loose and shit. So it's just like, we're trying to figure out how to keep it cordial. Well, I've always tried to keep it cordial. People always seem to disrespect me. So, look, we'll figure it out, though. They say it's a war out here. And meanwhile, I'm over here trying to manifest protection. So, yeah, that's what I've been working on. Protection and more wisdom and guidance in some way, shape, or form, right? I'm being vague about whatever it is that I'm manifesting for obvious reasons, but just be mindful that what I'm manifesting is in the lines of protection and knowledge and wisdom, right? Like, just things that are of use to the collective. I feel like I've been ranting for way too long. What time is it? 12:16. Damn, this is probably like a 3 hour another damn video. So I guess thank you guys for watching. Also, just keep in mind the right timing and direction. Air dragons help you ride above earthly matters, right? So don't focus on material things no longer. No longer are we focusing on material things. No longer are we working in our south node, right? Queen of Heavens is there. She's watching over you. She's allowing you. She's giving you knowledge, right? Or she acknowledges your feminine authority now as a man or a woman. You have the path of spiritual leadership. Come on now, with the Hierophant and the High Priestess. I didn't even pay attention to that, but come on now. All right, it's time to go to bed though. But yeah, definitely. I'm telling you, whatever this moment is, whatever this is, think about that. Cherish that moment. And if that person is still in your life, you go and see them. You go and communicate with them. And I'm pretty sure, honestly, if it's coming up with this reading, right, it must be, right, it's either you either are the Hierophant or you either are the High Priestess, but one of y'all, right, whoever is watching this video, one of y'all, right, needs to communicate to who. But it has everything to do with this. So the last time you couldn't stop smiling or laughing was probably the last time you hung out with that person and y'all really kind of felt that this type of energy between y'all. So somebody felt like this at one point in a time, and that's probably why they end up getting scared and ran away from their calling. Somebody ran from their calling and ran right into their self node. That's what happens. There you go. That's the moral of this story. When you run from your calling, you run into your self node. Keep that in mind. Strength card there. Right? But y'all take care. Y'all make sure y'all have a safe and wonderful and magnificent rest of your moment, right, in time. Because I don't want to say day or night, because, whoever knows whenever you're watching this versus whenever I'm recording this for it to actually be uploaded, right? But again, time it's not linear, right? It's fluid. So it's just like, it's wherever the fuck. So you can watch this video 10 years from now and it will resonate potentially. 10 years from now? Hey, it could work out. Because again, everything is energy. So if it's not now, then it's going to happen. And if it already has happened, then congratulations. Y'all are living your best life right now. And honestly, y'all should keep it on the low too. How the fuck can y'all if y'all gonna be spiritual leaders and preachers, right? Like, well, again, because it's not even, this don't even necessarily have to be like romantic, right? This literally just two people actually coming into union to work together on, like, for the collective spiritually, right? So this is for non-believers, right? People who don't believe in religion, but people who don't believe in spirituality. But yet you two are going to come together. Somebody who hasn't really had the best track record in religion and somebody who really doesn't have the best track record in, spirituality. Y'all both are probably still fresh in this, but yet y'all going to be teaching people who don't know shit about anything a lot about something. Keep that in mind as well. But that's all I have for tonight. Okay, shut the fuck up, Dom. Have a great day, y'all. Y'all take care. Make sure y'all follow, like, share, subscribe. And also, too, if you like these videos, make sure y'all follow me on Twitch. There should be a link in the description, right? So if you want to catch the live reading or just me live, right? You just follow me on Twitch. But y'all take care, and y'all stay prayed up. Stand in your powers, love yourselves and the people around you. Take care now.